the headlines. India hands over first consignment of emergency relief materials to earthquake-hit Nepal. Health Department evaluates performance of government hospitals in Meghalaya. Northeastern Region Car Rally flagged off from Shillong to commemorate 75 glorious years of NCC. And elaborate arrangements made in Mizoram for the assembly elections, more than 8 lakh electors to exercise their franchise tomorrow. And now the news in detail. A special Indian Air Force And now the news in detail. A special Indian Air Force C-130 flight arrived in Nepal on Sunday, carrying the first consignment of emergency relief materials worth 10 crore rupees that included tents, blankets, tarpaulin, sheets as well as essential medicines and medical equipments. Indian Ambassador Naveen Srivastava handed over the relief materials to India's Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister Purna Bahadur Khatka. Nepal was jolted by a 6.4 magnitude earthquake just before midnight on Friday that killed 157 people and injured over 250 others. The Meghalaya government today evaluated the performance of government hospitals in the state, and detailed discussions were held on how to further improve the services. The meeting also was attended by Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. Speaking to reporters after the meeting, Health Minister Ampreen Lingdaw said that the most critical requirement in the government is the use of human resources. The Chief Minister was informed about the shortfall of nurses, paramedical staff. During the meeting, there were also discussions about incentivizing the health personnel across the state, since many of them are working in far-flung areas.
It was decided today that amongst the most critical requirements in all of these hospitals was the HR. And the Honorable Chief Minister is now informed about the shortfall of nurses, shortfall of paramedical staff, shortfall of specialists, shortfall of medical doctors. This evaluation was done with the purpose to ensure that we are able to track the performance of all of our hospitals. We will await for another interaction with the Honorable Chief Minister to see what are the other areas and what are the financial inputs that government will be taking to ensure that our health system improves substantially.
The Northeastern Region Car Rally was ceremoniously flagged off today in Shillong as part of the special outreach program commemorating the 75 glorious years of the National Cadet Corps. Upholding the NCC's cherished values of leadership, camaraderie and patriotism among the youth, the rally serves as a platform for fostering unity and a sense of discipline among the participants. The NER Car Rally has garnered significant participation with 277 schools, 151 colleges and 44 districts from across 6 states of the Northeast. Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Conrad K. Sangma, while flagging off the event, congratulated the NCC for its exceptional service to the nation in inspiring the youth towards discipline, service and unity.
Where as it is, as of now,
that our biggest challenge is our youth and the biggest opportunity is our youth. It depends on how we shape them. If we can't shape them and we can't channelize their energy, it will be a destructive force. But if we can channelize it and put it in a constructive way, it will be the most transforming force that the world will see. And that is the goal that as the Chief Minister I have, and I'm sure that NCC also is in the same thought process, and therefore it is very, very necessary that the biggest resource after time, the biggest resource which is our youth, has to be shaped and nurtured in the right way. And
soon after, the ASHA workers in Meghalaya resorted to agitations demanding better remuneration, Health Minister Ampreen Lingdaw on Monday said that the remuneration which the ASHA workers are getting is adequate. Lingdaw also added that some ASHA workers are getting Rs 5,000 to 7,000 per month. Asking the ASHA workers to go back and contribute efficiently under the supervision of their local darbars, Lingdaw said that the ASHA workers are offering their services voluntarily and they are not permanent employees.
An ASHA worker is a volunteer in the health system. Voluntarily, they come forward under the guidance of their respective village health councils. That if an ASHA worker working in a particular population is able to meet the health targets for a positive health positioning of a particular village, that ASHA gets all those incentives. So it's not about ASHAs getting a fixed remuneration. There are ASHAs who get up to 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 remunerations with every month's engagement.
Mizoram will go to polls tomorrow to elect a new assembly. More than 8.57 lakh electorates, including 4,39,026 women, will decide the fate of 174 candidates. Results are scheduled to be announced on December 3rd. Out of the 1,276 voting centres in the state, 149 are remote polling stations. Around 30 polling stations along the interstate and international borders have been declared critical and vulnerable. Meanwhile, the first phase of assembly elections will be held tomorrow in Chhattisgarh. 20 assembly constituencies will go to polls in this phase. Health Minister Ampreen Lingdaw on Monday said that the government wants the people to get best ambulances who can serve them in any medical crisis. The statement came following the ongoing controversy over the tendering process for selecting the 108 emergency ambulance service. The minister said that all the allegations and counter-allegations are being looked after by the technical committee and people should have faith in the government that it would select the best firm to operate the emergency services in the state.
Bidders have become very competitive. All bidders feel that they are the most competent company to run the 108 service. Let me remind the bidders one thing. You are bidding in the state of Meghalaya not to serve a luxurious service. You are here to be committed to ensure that the people of the state of Meghalaya get the best ambulance service and life-saving opportunities as possible. We are not going to be distracted by this competitive argument between companies. We are here to select the best of the best.
The 54th International Film Festival of India will be held in Goa from the 20th of this month. The festival will continue till 28th of November. Briefing media at a curtain-raiser press conference in New Delhi today, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said IFFI Goa gives an important platform to global films. He said IFFI is one of the biggest cultural extravaganza in the world.
India's media and entertainment industry is a force to be reckoned with, ranking as the 5th largest market globally. ये कहा जा सकता है पूरे हक के साथ that IFFI has been a beacon of cinematic excellence, bringing together the finest talents from both the Indian and the international films industry.
Shillong MP Vincent Pala today inaugurated the Kambel Shulai eco-friendly crematorium at Clariat Turium today. The eco-friendly crematorium was invented by late Kamle Shulai, and the design of the crematorium was taken over by Sengrai Jawai. It may be mentioned that the first ever crematorium was constructed in 2001-2002 at Khimusnyang Jawai. Speaking on the occasion, Vincent Pala stressed everything we do now need to have consideration for the environment, as it is important to preserve the ecology for the future generations.
Kermen na yung budin kerpad yung maher plus kamu budin uka tugas skim the depth to budin mesti bergawili yo itu tugas skim gawali disket beri kau kror to yo di mentah yang kesendrai te kikam yang kesendrai mendapat di bon ki di mentah kebahagiaan ya tentu ini kam personal te involve ke politik semiu kia ende joy por ke politik involve le to kan limit mah kepada di mentah ke jing bahag kamu ong maher ublai di i ke sap ublai di i ke jing start ublai di i ke kabu yo yarap untuk yo penjat pun teman review yarap di mentah yang pi yo emino di mentah.
The city of Shillong is now once again turning pink as cherry blossoms have started blooming all over the city. In several areas of the city, the cherry blossoms are already blooming, while in many areas it is yet to make its full effect. It may be mentioned that cherry blossoms add more charm to the beauty of Shillong. To celebrate this phenomena, Meghalaya government is also organising the annual Shillong Cherry Blossom Festival from November 17th to the 19th, and a series of programs have been lined up for the event. National capital Delhi continues to be covered in thick haze as the air quality remains in the severe category. The Central Pollution Control Board said air quality index was recorded at 435 at 12 noon. Over the last couple of days, the air quality index is very severe and it is a medical emergency, and people in the capital are complaining of breathlessness, sore throat, wheezing, cough, irritation in the eyes and restlessness. And now here is the weather report. The maximum temperature recorded was 21.4 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 10.4 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 56%, while in the evening it stood at 66%. The forecast: Shillong and its adjoining areas will have dry weather most likely. And before we conclude, a look at the headlines once again. India hands over first consignment of emergency relief materials to earthquake-hit Nepal. Health Department evaluates performance of government hospitals in Meghalaya. Northeastern Region Car Rally flagged off from Shillong to commemorate 75 glorious years of NCC. And elaborate arrangements made in Mizoram for the assembly elections, more than 8 lakh electors to exercise their franchise tomorrow. And that's a wrap of today's edition of the news. Thank you very much for joining us. And from all of us here, it's wishing you good night.